Good morning, everyone. Danny McLaughlin, and this is Mornings on the MLS. This morning, we're going to do a deep dive into this new property that I found. In fact, I have a client that's coming into town. Actually, they got into town last night. We're going to go look at this house. It's on our list to look at, along with a couple of others. But this one is one that I really want to kind of do a deep dive with you on and get into the just the nitty-gritty of this property. So if you're ready, then let's dive in. So the property that I want to show you is at 1702 Old Hillsborough Road, Franklin, Tennessee, 37069. It's on the market right now for $8,900,000, and it's been on the market for days on market is 266 days. So a lot of people, a lot of buyers think that all because a house has been on the market for 266 days is that there's something wrong with it. That's the first thing that goes in their mind is what's wrong with the property? Why isn't it selling? And if I was a listing agent for these properties, and I'm sure these listing agents are doing this, but I would let them know like the buyer pool for almost a $9 million property is very, very small. And then you start to look at the property itself. Not everybody's looking for this type of property, even in that $9 million range. This might not appeal to a lot of buyers. So you're really targeting a very small audience of buyers. And so I try to encourage my buyers to not really worry about the 266 days on market. It's a really light buyer pool, and especially in this market, like this market stinks that we're in right now. And so I would focus less days on market. Now, if we were in a seller's market and the houses were sitting that long, then there's a problem. There's a problem why, especially if it was in the $1 million, $2 million range, which is typically like the average of Franklin, Tennessee, Williamson County. 1.1 million to like 1.5, 1.78, up to 2 million. Those houses probably average days on market right now are like in the mid 50s, 57 days or so. But that would be a different story. This right here, I wouldn't worry about it too much because this house is very unique into what it has and what it offers and all that kind of stuff. So let's dive into some details here. The house is sitting on 30.27 acres. Okay. It's been, let's see, when was it built? It was built in 1999. It's in Williamson County. The tax records a year are $5,414. Let's see what else we got. There's two houses on this property. We're going to take a look at both properties, the main house and the guest house. It's got a really cool barn and everything too. Here's one of the things I wanted. This is a no HOA situation too. Here's one of the things, another thing that my buyers focus on. And I don't blame them for focusing on this, but a lot of buyers will get hyper focused on this part of the transaction. So the current owners bought this property back in July 13th of 2018, and they closed for $3,600,000. Now remember, it's on the market for 8.9, so let's just say 9 million. That's a lot of money they're going to make. And as buyers, they start to get hyper focused on like, that's crazy, like holy smokes, like we're overpaying. And they focus on like, how much money that the sellers are going to make. Realistically, and I haven't run the comps. I haven't run the comps yet. I'll run the comps after recording this show this morning, but the comps might reflect that price. Now, because we're in a buyer's market, is there room to negotiate? Absolutely. Are we going to negotiate? Absolutely. Is there a chance that we can get it down to a lower price than what asking is? More than likely. But they're still going to make really good money. And look, good for them. In 2018, that was a great time to invest in Williamson County. So kudos to them. They did a great investment and they're going to make a great return on their money. But as for buyers, they start to look at it way too much, as far as like that they're paying too much money for the property. And I wouldn't be focused on that. Williamson County, Franklin, Tennessee, College Grove, Brentwood, Spring Hill, Thompson Station, all these areas in Middle Tennessee, prices are going to keep going up. People are moving here from everywhere in the country is moving here, and it's a very popular place to move. So I wouldn't worry about, are you overpaying? Are you ever going to see an ROI? And I think ultimately you will. It's going to take time, just like they did. It's been 8 years for them, 7 years. So over time, you're going to make it. But let me go through some of these pictures. I wanted to show you guys some of these really cool pictures of this property. So again, it's sitting on, wait, I'm sorry. Did I tell you? Yeah, I did tell you. It's sitting on 30.27 acres right here in Franklin. It's a gorgeous home. It's got a 3-acre pond, if I remember right. It's right around 3 acres. Here's the main house. Here's the guest house. Here's the barn, and then they've got like another tobacco barn back there. Really nice. A lot of open pastures for cattle or whatever you decide to do with it. House is beautiful, brick, stone. There's the guest house. It's nice too. I mean, so if you're in that situation where you want to have your parents or in-laws or whatever, even kids, like if you've got a family, any kind of family, this is a great property for a family homestead, a family farm, whatever you want to do with it. Here's the pond. It's stocked. It's a stocked pond. It's beautiful. It's got this little dock that goes out there so you can go fishing off there. Beautiful, absolutely stunning property. There's the approximate outline of the property itself. Again, here's like an old tobacco barn. Here's the I call it a party barn. They've got this outfitted pretty good. They've got basketball and volleyball, I think. And there's the main house, and over here's the guest house again. It is gated. There's your gate. What a beautiful drive too, up the driveway. There's the barn. I'll show you pictures of the inside. Here's the main house. Nice little drone view from the main house. There's the interior. Kitchen. That's nice. I like the hardwood floors. Kitchen cabinets look nice. I used to have a kitchen with these color like cabinets with the espresso highlights in there. It looks really good. I like these color cabinets. Everybody's into like dark now, but I'm kind of old school. I like the white. Look at the white walls too. I think white's coming back. Let me make correction. White, not I think white is coming back. White is coming back. I see it more and more every day. Nice closet, master closet, built-in master suite. Really nice. Staircase upstairs. The view of the pond. You got some really good views of the pond in this home from a lot of different rooms. Carpet looks nice. Just really super nice and clean. Backyard. There's your deck off the back of the house. That's a nice deck. It's really big. A lot of room for entertaining. There's a jacuzzi. Nothing like sitting in a jacuzzi, drinking a beer, and looking out over your pond. That's relaxing. Got your stone fire pit. It's beautiful. And there's a guest house. You can see it over here to the left. There it is. And we're going to tour that next. So here's the guest house. It has a 1-car garage. That's nice too. You can always use this as a VRBO too. Rent this out or long-term, short-term, whatever you decide to do. But it's got a nice kitchen. It's all been renovated. Really nice. Again, great views of the pond. It's really nice how they situated these houses. They've just put them in, areas where you take advantage of those great views. So I'm excited. I'm excited to go see the house. Okay, here's the party barn I was telling you about. They converted this into, like, I call it the party barn. But you could have venues here, wedding venues. You could rent this out. You could do all kinds of stuff. But here we go. So we're inside. That's cool. Cool little bathroom, urinal. I like all the wood. That's nice. That is really nice. They got this set up little bar over here. That's nice. Here's the rest of the property, just overlooking the grounds and, again, the pond. You got a little, like, wood shed back here or something, maybe to store hay. Playground equipment for the kids. Basketball court. Yep, I was right. Volleyball, or tennis, or whatever you want to use it for, I guess. And yeah, that's it. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful house. Like I said, I've got clients that came in last night. We're going to go look at this house either today or tomorrow. I'm going to run some comps. It's up on our list of a property that we've been talking about. And so it's a beauty. But these are the kind of houses. If the point that I want to make in today's video is, don't get so hung up on days on market on properties like this. It's a very unique property. It's a very high price point. These properties are going to tend to stay on the market a little bit longer as, we look for the right buyer. So, and hopefully I got the right buyer. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. And if I don't have the right buyer, and if you're interested, then give me a call. I'd love to talk to you about it. All my information's plastered all over the internet. I'm easy to get a hold of. Comment, like, share, subscribe to this video and to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And thank you again for joining me on another Mornings on the MLS. Take care. Hey guys, so hold on, stop. I forgot to tell you one of the most important things about this property that I was showcasing in this morning's Mornings on the MLS. So let me just add this little bit of very important information to this property that I wanted to show you. So if you see right here, we'll go down. This is really what I wanted to focus on. And I wanted to focus on this part right here. So as you can see, they've been ever since they bought this house and closed on it in July 13, 2018, they tried to sell it, and they first started back in October of 2024. Since October of 2024, when they first listed it for sale, it was $10,999,000. Okay. Since October of 2024, $10,999,000. Then they've dropped the price. This is what happens when you have a realtor who might not know what the home is worth, or you don't go through an appraisal process and try to get an idea of what the house and the property is worth. So you start doing these crazy things. So since October of 2024, they went at $10,999. They lowered it. They dropped it $99,999. That was in January of 25. Then February, they dropped it another $400,000. Then February, again, they dropped it another $600,000. Then in February again, and then in April, they dropped it another $250,000. Then again in April, $5,000. And then again in May, $155,000. And then here just recently in July 14, 2025, they dropped it $590,000. So going back to the original video, is there room for negotiation? Absolutely. And you bet I'm going to get the best price I can for my buyer if we decide to make an offer on this property. But I didn't want to leave that out. That was one of the important things that I wanted to bring up in this video. So there it is. Sorry for the the add-in. Sometimes I this is raw. I go right off the top of my head, and I don't read no screen prompts or teleprompters or any of that garbage. It's just raw. So there it is. Important information about houses that sit on the market, and you can go to that section to kind of see what's been going on over the history and see if we can get anything that could make it even better for us in negotiation. So, all right, take care, guys.